we've had consecutive growth as RE/MAX International for the past, gosh, 5, 6, 7 quarters. It's just been nuts. It's just been very busy and increased. So as a company as a whole, we're like reaching 115,000 agents. So that's amazing. Just a little update to do today. Big announcement in the fall, you know, the brand refresh. I'm going to talk about that a little bit more. Talk about the subsidiary program that we have for all of you here. Some new RU training programs that happened. And also, I mean, we have alliances with some really strong vendors and what they're doing today to help you elevate your business and help market yourself. And then some upcoming events from the Mountain States region. So if you see, we were just at the DTC Tavern, technology training, social media training, video boot camp, that's coming from us. And feel free if you have any questions to reach out to myself or to Scott Conklin. But to get started, so the brand refresh, and as I get started, I want to share a video with you. I just think they did a great job showing like how do we truly honor the past and take a hold of the future with our new look. So I want to share with you right now. So September 20th, excuse me, is when we have the big launch. And if you can imagine, Adam Contos, CEO, and Abby Lee, who's our Vice President of Marketing, coming to Dave Lenager and saying, hey Dave, we want to talk about your baby, the RE/MAX word marks and the balloon and what it looks like to do a refresh. And he's, you know, right away had some choice words, but then said, well, I need you to go talk to some people, talk to some consumers. And so they did and came back and provided some feedback. And he was like, nope, I need you to talk to some more people and some more people, to the point where they end up surveying 20,000 people. And this has been a making for a couple of years now, everyone. And what it was determined that 1 out of the 2 consumers said that the word mark was looking behind the times, outdated, and not innovative, and that 2 out of 3 consumers thought the balloon was looking behind the times as well. And so when he was thinking of this, he was like, well, if they're thinking our word mark and our balloon is thinking behind the times, are they thinking that our agents don't know what's current and what's happening in the market, and what do we have to do to refresh that? Because if you think of Apple, Nike, AT&T, Google, Starbucks, whatever may be the case, can everyone kind of recall what those logos look like and how it was an evolution? over time just to make it cleaner, simplify. We know everything as far as looking at homes online is very digital, so how can we have that clean, updated, fresh digital look and feel to it? And then Refresh Warmer seemed what they said once they saw the new change, that it did feel more stronger and more trustworthy. So if we look at our evolution, back in the day, right? Can you picture Dave and Gail doing stencil, getting the signs? That fawn has that cool stencil look. To the tilted balloon, right? And then we had the balloon in 2000 straighten up to where we are now. Just very clean, white space, looks good on anything. If it's digital, if it's print, whatever may be the case. And as I mentioned, after they sent the survey out and sent it again and said, now that you see these new looks, what do you think? We did use a marketing company, and you'd have seen the different sketches, because they were presenting this to us, and you should have seen the employees. They were like, no. And if we were thinking that, gosh, you know, think about our broker owners and agents too. But as time came up, they created kind of a central station on marketing floors to have people come and say, this is what it looks like on mugs, on t-shirts, on whatever may be the case. And overall, it looks amazing. Now when I look at the old balloon, I'm kind of like, oh my gosh, it doesn't even seem like our Remax anymore. But this is pretty astounding. Because if you think of Nike, what do you think of? Do you think of the word Nike? When you think of Starbucks, it's not Starbucks. It's the mermaid, right? When you think of Apple, it's just that iconic apple. It's not the word apple. And the fact that 74% consumers recognize the balloon without Remax after its first, or now third iteration of this is amazing. That doesn't happen. Are we ready to do that? No, because this process is an evolution. We will have the Remax mark in there. But that is a huge statistic to see that consumers, without being aided, you know, saying what is this real estate company versus saying what is this logo, to say Remax is huge. Importantly, we needed cohesive brands. Between the three brands that we had, the residential, the Remax collection, the commercial, it was just all hodge. Nothing was cohesive. And that was very important for us to create similar mark brands. So this is the reiteration of the collection. And I know it takes time, but I encourage you to take a look at Max Center. So Max Center is your new portal, right? Main Street, www.remax.net is going away. And Max Center is where you access everything Remax for your business. And we've created this new tile called Marketing Tile. So if you need to see what marketing materials look like, promotion materials look like, you want to connect yourself with a brand video, whatever may be the case, we have it under the Marketing Tile. It's the very first one. And what's really great is that we've worked with 2 yard side companies, Build a Sign and D Signs. And for, we are offering, which is huge, every agent in the Remax network 3 free signs. All right? And if you need any additional signs, they are at $25 a panel. And these are the 2 companies that we're working with. Now, here's some information on Remax Masters Millennium stats, right? So 87 agents qualified for the 3 for free because you have needed to be with Remax before August 21st, all right? 19 that took advantage of the 3 for free. So I do have a list of those who are participating, who's not, but here's a great thing that this special, the 3 for free, does go through February 1st, and now we have a bulk buy option. So if there's like offices, the Masters Millennium want to get together, save on shipping costs, and let's have a party and get our new signs, you can. And that is available through the Marketing Tile, okay? All right. So moving on, Remax University, we just launched a new training program, and there's going to be several training programs. The first one that will be coming soon is new to Remax. So for those new agents that join, you can hop on RU through the Max Center tile, click on launch, say new to Remax, and you can see the benefits and tools and services that are provided for you. But the one that is currently, and this should be launched in January, but the current one that is available now is Take Flight. Take Flight is not only good for newer agents that are to the business 3-4 years, but also for those experience, because for the newer ones we do have business planning, basic skills on how to get started, introduce yourself to sphere, or re-engage with your sphere, and for those that have been in the business for a while, new strategies and ideas on how to take your business to the next level. So RU has created this. There are 2 more coming. The second one is teams. So for those that have a team, trying to build a team, what does that look like? There's a training program. And then another one that will be coming soon is succession planning, right? If you're at the point like, what does my life look like? What is my book of business? How is that going to pan out? We're going to have that training coming too. Strategic partners. So I mentioned that, you know, RE/MAX does a lot of the heavy lifting when it comes to trying to find vendors and partners to help provide you the best discounts for your business. And we have some really exciting initiatives that were just announced that was shared when Jim joined us at our meeting last week. And the first one, we're going to start off with AdWorks. So when we did the brand refresh on September 20th, and announced the new marks, the new logos, we partnered with AdWorks that does digital listing presentation. So any listing that comes into the RE/MAX network, right, via Lead Street, so an agent comes in, make sure that their MLS ID is in there, and they get a listing, AdWorks will automatically promote your listing on major websites for 1 week for free. So if you're getting an email saying your ad campaign has started or your ad campaign has ended, please don't think that's spam. That is actually from AdWorks letting you know about your listing campaign, and you can click on it and manage it and see the number of click-through rates. So I'm going to let AdWorks provide a little more information in video and share and how it targets clients.
Starting September 20th and continuing to the end of the year, all new RE/MAX will automatically receive a 1-week listing campaign through AdWorks. This exclusive program will automatically create digital ads that will appear on Facebook and other top websites for 1 week, free to RE/MAX affiliates. Here's how it works. When you get a new listing, AdWorks automatically creates digital ads for that property using your listing data. You'll get a confirmation email, and the ad will start running on the web in about 1 business day. You can sit back, relax, and let your ads run on their own. Or you can click a button in the email to edit, manage, or cancel your ad entirely. You can even set up automatic updates for your clients to increase the likelihood that they'll see their ad while browsing online. These digital ads will target home buyers in a 15-mile radius around the listing and follow these prospects around the web. The ads will run free for participating RE/MAX affiliates for 1 week. But if you want to extend the campaign at your cost and reach more people, simply log in to do so. This program starts September 20th and continues to the end of the year, ending on December 31st. Get ready for a great kickoff to fall, brought to you by RE/MAX and AdWorks.
So I heard that Mike Rhino, who manages the relationship with their vendor, is trying to see what we can do as far as extending that. And as soon as we have that information, you will get notification through the RE/MAX Weekly that we send to all of our agents if there's going to be an extension on that program. So if there's a consumer that is searching, you know, moving, looking for a moving company or the mortgage calculator or trying to search for homes, there's other factors that then that listing is going to be like, oh, okay, I'm going to start following. You know how when you go to Amazon and you look for something and it's like, buy me, buy me, buy me. It's kind of the same effect. So this is the results. Since September 20th until October 31st, and I heard from November that it's 151,000. That's how many campaigns have gone out. That's how many listings from September 20th to the end of October. But as I mentioned, through November, that number's gone up to 151,000. So that's how many listings are out there doing the digital advertising, which means it has over 400 million impressions, right? Because we know everyone is online doing everything, shopping for Christmas, whatever may be the case. And then 1.16 million click-throughs. So that's a consumer actually going, I want to see what this listing is about. I want more information, which is great. Those are great numbers. And these are the sites that you'll see the ads being advertised on. All right? And the reason we're doing it is we want to bring that value to you. We know that we want to make sure that the new brand marks get out so that you're able to do another opportunity when you talk to that seller and how you're going to market their property, because we pulled stats And it says, 98% of agents believe that this will help them win more business as well as get more referrals. All right. And it's great, again, when you're sitting in front of that seller, not only will your listing be on remax.com as well as other sites that we promote, but not only will I have the property flyers, whatever may be the case, but we're also going to have the digital listing presentation. And all of that information is on Map Center for you. Transitioning to DocuSign, we do have a partnership with DocuSign. As you may or may not know, you get transaction room for free and e-signature up to 50% off, or 50% off, excuse me. And one thing that recently happened is that we've integrated DocuSign with Lead Street. So now you don't have to worry about multiple passwords, logins, where to go. You can go into your Lead Street account, either go to the contact record or go to the listing and it'll take you to the transaction room and you complete it there. In addition, when you go to the Mac Center tile, there is a DocuSign tile as well, so you have an option to log there. We're trying to keep it simple, single sign-on, right? You need to know one password, and that's to log into Mac Center, and from there you can click to wherever you need. Our technology trainers are working to create a short video on how to utilize the transaction room within your Lead Street account, and that should be launched on RU soon. Okay? Yes?
Just like CTV?
It's, I don't know.
No, I mean, it is a signature, so that if you need to, even any kind of letter or something, you need a signature outside of CTM contracts. A lot of people around the country don't have a digital signature in their contracts, so they had fixed DocuSign to do that. Okay, so it's maybe not as important to us, but there are times that you might be able to use that through a letter or something you need a signature.
And then what at the transaction room, though?
The what?
There's the transaction room that should be able from getting signatures and whatever may be the case.
Right. So it's the same. It's exactly what you guys asked. And it's there. We're trying to always compete and bring the opportunities to you guys and not be locked into other folks.
And then the next one that we announced to our broker owners 2 weeks ago was, as you know, video. Video is a very hot thing for agents to not only engage with their sphere, but also to be the local expert in their neighborhood, if it's Cheeseman, Wash Park, whatever may be the case. And we now, of course, BombBomb has been approved suppliers, but now we have a new product that is launched for all of our agents at no additional cost. It is free for you, and it's called Social Prompt. And our co-CEO, Adam, and our Senior Vice President, Pete Crow, is going to share a little video with you guys.
Hey everybody, Adam Contos here at Remax World Headquarters with Pete Crow. We're here to tell you about a brand new product that we partnered with some close friends of ours to create. This is awesome. We did an agent survey. We found out what are the challenges of the agents, and we answered those challenges. Pete, how did we do that?
Listen, we normally hear from agents or you, the owners, about CRMs, lead generation. But it was overwhelming. We got the feedback, social media. And what's the fastest growing platform on social media? Facebook. So who do we partner with, Adam? What are we doing?
Hey, we partnered with BombBomb. They came up with this awesome new product called Prompt. It saves the broker's time, it saves the agent's time. It's mutually beneficial to everybody, and it gets product out there onto Facebook quickly and easily. Let's toss it over to Steve Passanelli at BombBomb. Give us a little more insight on that, Steve. Take it away.
Thanks, guys. I'm excited to introduce Social Prompt for Remax. Post for recruiting and your entire sphere. Done for you, even posted for you, absolutely free.
Did Steve just say free? I heard Steve say free.
Yes, free. Let me explain how it works. Remax writes and designs 4 Facebook posts for you every single month. They even create a companion landing page that each post points to, which contains all of your contact information and links to your website. Then you get alerted for each post, and you can choose whether or not you would like it posted, or even take a moment and modify the message. This is all done from your mobile device in seconds and absolutely free from Remax and BombBomb. And good news, it's the same process for your agents, so they too can benefit from a stronger social presence automatically. Remax is creating posts just for them. What about your own local posts about your office, your events, and your brand? You want to help your agents with their social media, all while extending the reach of your messaging? Well, guess what? You can do that too. With our full prompt upgrade, you can create and post on your agent's behalf automatically, reaching their spheres of influence and extending your message like you've never had before. You even get full tracking and roll-up analytics so you know how far your messages are reaching.
So Pete, what do you need to do to qualify for this? Listen, Adam, it's super easy. There's two things you've got to do. One, be a broker owner at RE/MAX. Number two, have a Facebook account. Well, where do they go to sign up? To sign up, you go to bombomb.com/RE/MAX social.
All right, I'm gonna keep this website up. So if you want to jot it down, bombomb.com, RE/MAX social, because today and tomorrow there are agent webinars. And the broker owner webinars are here today. For today, the agent webinars start at 10, which we've missed, that's okay, 2 and 4 p.m. And then December 8th, which is tomorrow, it'll be a 10 a.m. and a 12 p.m. Okay, so if we take a little quick snapshot, in your BombBomb account, you're going to have 4 messages ready to go. What will happen is you will get a text from BombBomb if you want to opt in and do this and say, would you like us to post this on your Facebook account and create that landing page? You say yes, you want to participate, or no, boom, it's done. And then when you sign into your BombBomb account, you'll see the analytics and all that great information for you. But I would take advantage of the webinars. It's a really quick webinar either today or tomorrow, 10, 12, 2, 4, and tomorrow at 10 and 12 to see how you can utilize this new free feature for everyone. Okay? And then that's what this is. You'll see that when you go to bombomb.com social prompt, this is kind of the landing page that you see. So join today means you're joining the webinar. And then last, just kicking off the new events for 2018, and right out of the gate in January 18th and 19th, we have 2 RE/MAX agents coming from Canada, Jesse Peters and Michael Thorne. Amazing high energy 2 days with these gentlemen with video boot camp. There it goes.
It's kind of called the hook.
That's okay. So it's at RE/MAX headquarters, so how convenient, right across the street from 9 to 4. And what these 2 gentlemen are going to share with you is, okay, you have video, now what? Okay, if we start with BombBomb, now what? But how do you take it to the next level? How do you actually find business through Facebook, through Twitter, through YouTube? I mean, these guys have been doing video for so long. They make the 2 days absolutely fun. When we had this 2 years ago, it was Mac required. It's not Mac required anymore. It's pretty much PC, Mac, your phone, device, and you pretty much leave there with a strategic plan on how to implement video into your business. You will be doing videos. You will be sharing videos as well. And then they have a great follow-up program. They have a Facebook page called RE/MAX Play, and they will also stay in continue contact if you want it to how to get your video, your marketing up. So you already probably should have seen an email from RE/MAX Mountain States region. If not, please check your clutter or spam folder, and you can go ahead and register there. But that is January 18th and 19th. We did this, like I said, 2 years ago, and everyone was like, please bring us back. This was great. So, that is it. Does anyone have any questions for me? No? Yes, sir.
So, the BombBomb, you have to actually go in and sign up for it at that website? Become a member?
If you want to just join the webinar and see if you want to participate on this, you can do that today, that bombomb.com social prompt.
How do you do it otherwise? It's automatic?
Yeah, so you automatically have an account. So if you go to BombBomb, you'll create your account, and you want to use your remax.net email address.
We'll send out the calendar so you guys have that, again.
Are we supposed to get rid of all old signs?
We are transitioning. We're not going to. You don't have to get rid of them today, tomorrow, whatever may be the case. But yes, we want at some over time, because if you see out there, there's some tilted balloons, and it's 2017. But the goal is to have the new marks. And if you're ever, at the point, it's the new year, what am I going to reach out to my agents or my sphere with to say, hey, and check this out, new marks, the information. So excited to be a realtor, whatever needs you may have for home buying, selling, whatever may be the case. But we do have a time period of 2 years to get that transition. And so we really want you to take advantage of those 3 for free signs if you qualify. Did you have another question?
2 years, you said?
To transition. You have a good Yes, ma'am.
I'm just in this thing and it says it's $39 a month.
So this will be free for the agent. So if join the webinar, and I'll get more information for Jim to share so you guys can log in properly.
They actually do 4 months free.
They do 4 posts for you, yep. And if you want more posts, then that's up to you if you want to upgrade to that. But those 4 posts are automatically free for you guys.
The webinar is like 30 minutes.
Yeah, it's super short.
Okay, we got to move on.
Okay,
Okay,
thank you.
All right. You know what? Just as RE/MAX is globally for us, I'm constantly looking for opportunities for you guys. And this next gentleman, opportunity for all of us. There's been a lot of companies that have come up recently to park your renters, that they have to be able to buy rent a home with the company buying it for them, and then buying that later. Well, you know, I've looked at all those. It's pretty. There's different companies. Well, Dave and I him come into this office. He hasn't made a final decision, but this is for you guys to know what he does, because we're looking for financing and opportunities to fund what he does, because he's getting so busy that financing is the problem, not the number of clients. And what I mean by that is that you have a client that can't buy, that really needs to find a property. Now, he's going to tell you a story with Troy of what's going on. So before I have all the thunder gone away from Dave, I'm going to welcome Dave to talk to us.
And I'm coming, January 1st.
Right. All right.
I'm starting January 1st. So I'm going to be very quick. I don't have a huge presentation planned. I will tell you this, I am starting here January 1st, and I can say this pretty much in any room full of realtors, but especially in this room. I'm going to be the worst realtor in this office. I guarantee it. I'm just, my wife makes fun of me all the time. I'm a horrible realtor, but I like you guys to get paid, and I get paid on the back end. And I'll tell you again what I mean on that. I can also tell you, you mentioned going to Ohio for 10 days. There's some heavy hitters in this room. Nobody in this room gets as excited as I do about selling a $50,000 home in Cleveland, Ohio. So I just did that Tuesday. But I just believe so strongly, whether it's Cleveland, Ohio, here in Denver, Kansas City, wherever it is that we do this all over the country, I just believe in home ownership. And unfortunately, there are a lot of folks, I guarantee at least 75% of you might not know it, but I guarantee you know somebody who needs this program. Because the banks, they all have these nice little boxes, but not all of us fit inside those little boxes, as you know, Mark. And these people, there are a lot of people out there that need a second chance. They need home ownership just like the rest of us. So I want to make this real and kind of show you guys what I'm talking about and what I do. So I'm going to bring you up here, Troy, and put you on the hot seat with me. Because Troy and I just did a deal about a month ago? Or was it? Yeah,
was the 13th of November.
Okay,
Yeah.
so not even a month ago. I think Troy is a wonderful realtor. I think he's an even better human being, and I think you bent over backwards in this transaction. But I'm going to kind of, I guess, interview you for lack of a better format. Troy was working with a client named Daniel, and Daniel had some issues. And why don't you kind of...
So Daniel was going through foreclosure, and whenever I work with someone in foreclosure, my goal is always to get them the best deal. A lot of agents will work with investors, and that's the last step. It went to the wire. Daniel's deal closed October 10th, and the county still sold his property the very next day. That's how tight it was. It was rescinded, but his deal went through. He was 4 months on the job. His mother was ill, so he could not buy another property. In stepped Dave, and I took Daniel around. We found him a condo. Initially, I was telling Daniel, rent for a year. Don't put this money into a lease option. but he was adamant that he wanted to go with the lease option. So we found him a condo. After like 5 or 6 searches, Dave stepped up. They got it closed within 3 weeks from the time we found the property. They were out of town, but it was a neat deal, and they even allowed it. And again, Daniel wanted to do so much. He remodeled this place, and I advised him not to. You don't own this property yet, but he remodeled the heck out of it. So, and what Dave was speaking to, Daniel doesn't have a car. He catches the bus. So I was his Uber. We just named it Troy. I took him around, found him appliances, found the contractors. So I was almost like a general contractor for the guy, and I didn't get paid for it. I got the commission on the sale of the
Okay,
property.
good. Well, I wanted to make sure that they get that.
Yeah. So, yeah.
There is an economy here that we're trying to drive.
Right, yeah. But so, again, and I'm going to work with Dave on a couple more clients, with this lease option. I mean, it's you get hard money lending out there. Dave gave him favorable terms. He set Daniel wanted to pay X amount of dollars a month. That was his budget. Dave stepped in. They got to that number. There is no overhead. That Dave is charging extra $200 that goes into this lease option. And if you don't exercise it, you lose it all. But again, Dave was great. So I plan to use him. I have a couple more clients who are in the same situation, going through foreclosure. They can't go out and buy another property, but they want to get their life straight and not rent. So thanks, Wire Properties.
Well, and I just kind of want to briefly explain how the program works. We don't just work with anybody. I want to make that crystal clear. My phone rings constantly, and I do have to say no a lot more than I say yes. What we do require is that the tenant buyer, in this case Daniel, be able to put down at least 15% of the purchase price. They do not pay that to us. They deposit those funds with title prior to us closing on the home. And we do use those funds in conjunction with our own to purchase the home. The agents get paid their commissions up front. And again, Troy, I mean, the amount of work you put in on this $100,000 condo, I commend you so much, because you really were Uber for Daniel, and I appreciate that. You just looked out for him in so many ways. But we do own the home. We generally do a 2-year option, legally binding on us. We cannot sell that property to anybody else. And I can tell you, it's probably my fault because I don't follow up with these tenants as much as I should to make sure they are getting their ducks in a row and getting their mortgages. So a lot of times that 2-year option becomes a 2.5, 3, sometimes 3.5-year option before they can finally purchase the home. As long as they're paying rent and taking care of the home, most of our clients significantly improve the homes. We're in this to put people into homes, not kick them out. So we do bend over backwards to make sure that this is a successful transaction on both ends. What else did I want to say? That's the big thing. Oh, I do. I know what I was about to say. If you look consistently across the nation, less than 10% of these folks actually successfully purchase these homes. And I think lease options have a bad name. I think a lot of my competition deserves that bad name. I think a lot of people out there want to take advantage of people. I don't do it that way. I'm proud to say that close to 70% of our Denver lease options, we've been doing this for about 4 years, we've done about 40 of them, about 70% have been successful in coming full circle and actually purchasing the home. And the only reason it's not higher, the folks that haven't, generally the folks that haven't been successful and walked away from the home have been the type that are in the indoor gardening business, so to speak. And so I don't know.
They haven't accumulated enough cash, but that's all they have is cash.
So I don't know how serious those folks were about buying the home in the first place. But the way we've structured this has been very successful. I've sat at the closings, on several closings now, where families and couples are just ecstatic because when the banks were giving them the middle finger, we worked with them And then I sat with the closings with them when they were buying the home from us, and in almost every case that I can imagine, they were buying the home for significantly less than what the home had appraised for. So they were getting great deals. We were making our profits. It was a win-win for everybody. Like I said,
I really put Dave on the spot because he was, we weren't ready to kind of put a formal, okay, A, B, C, D, which we're going to do for next month, so you guys really start to have that. But we're looking for people that might have investors that want to invest in, a 4 or 5% return and keeping it rather than keeping their money in the bank, and then allowing our clients that to be able to purchase or at least have a home that they know could be theirs in a couple of years. So it's really, really an awesome opportunity, and I want to thank Dave for coming because he said, Jim, I'm not ready, but I put him on the spot because, this is the time for you guys to be laying that foundation of thinking about who do I have as an investor that would rather have a home that they own and get a 4 or 5% return on their money rather than keep it in the bank and have a 1% or less than 1% return. So really, I think that's what I really wanted to make sure you guys were aware of, and we're going to build this to that, and we're going to be proud to have more homeowners have homes that didn't have homes because of Dave. So thank you very much.
Thanks. And I just want to say one more thing. You guys really would be amazed. I know all of us as realtors, we want to work with people that are just ready to go. They've got those finances ready, and Atlanta and all these different banks are begging to get their loans. I have sat with folks, I'll give you one quick example. This 27-year-old kid who had just started a business. This was about 3 years ago. He had started the business 6 months before. This kid was netting $75K a month. I mean, he was just killing it. But he had just started his own business. The banks wouldn't work with him. And I sat there with him in his attorney's office as we structured the contract, and I still just couldn't believe that the banks weren't fighting each other to get to do this $500,000 loan for this guy who was him and his fiance. They were making $75K a month. I know it's not how us as realtors think. We want those pre-qual folks. But I'm telling you, there is a huge niche of folks in Denver and all over the country. I'm training my stepdaughter back there. She's hopefully going to join the team at some point soon. You not believe how many calls we take every single day from folks all over the country. I promise you guys might not realize it. I promise you almost everybody in this room knows somebody who needs our services. And so it's a great way to increase your sales and to put people in homes that want home ownership.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, you guys, but I wanted to also make sure that you understand this is really a big deal. There's a $10,000 fine for not doing this. No one's ever gotten fined for it, but I don't want to be the first, okay? That's the bottom line, because it is a rule. The federal government comes after you. It's really hard to fight with them. So, lead-based paint disclosures. Upload to RE Colorado. It's coming. It's going to be mandatory. They have no way of really monitoring it, but it's going to be really important for you guys from here on out on a home that was built before 1978. Okay, that's a lot of homes that you get your lead-based paint disclosure there so that this can be signed by the other broker and then they can write an offer. Okay, so let's really make sure we get that and be the leaders in this rather than anything else. So short topic, but it's an important one. Lisa, again, I know she wasn't quite ready, but I just wanted to, again, give you the concept of what she was thinking about.
Yeah. So, for those of you who know me, some of the groups I belong to here at the office, I've been kind of paranoid for the last 2 years about text messaging because the majority of my clients communicate and give me directives through text messaging. And unfortunately, in 2017, I had a lot of weird situations that knocked the wind out of my sails, quite honestly. One in particular, where I literally probably have over 400 text messages back and forth from April to August client that I worked with that ended up going really sour. So I literally have taken pictures of all of those screenshots, but my biggest thing is with Andy making his presentation to us last month about keeping your notes and all of that. And I have so many notes, so many things on this thing right here that that's why I wasn't prepared today, is because literally there's so much on here that the program that I got to save text messages can't back this up because there's so much on here. So what I hope to figure out next and to be able to present to you next month is a program. I found one called iExplorer for Mac product. I'm looking at, for people who have Androids, looking for a program for you guys. And I think it's so important. It's just a matter of time. I don't want it to be our office, but that, you know, you're going to erase your text messages that has something really important on it. So I'm really trying to get that up and going for myself, but obviously want to share it to my counterparts. So hopefully next month I'll have that.
So, and I'll really work on that.
iExplorer. It's by Mac. The name of the company. Well, you can see it.
Yeah.
We've been doing it on your laptop and not on your phone, from what we've investigated. But I'll have more information for you.
Let me work on that, because what I want to have happen is that to be uploaded right to Home and Do. So
Yes.
believe me, that's going to happen, because this is a big issue. A big issue. And again, the millennials, that's all they want to do. How many times you get an offer, they don't even tell you, they don't even call you, it just shows up on your phone or stuff.
Yeah.
So really, we've got to be cognizant of that, and thank you very much for
Just
bringing it
as a
up.
last side note, what I really wanted to do, what I think this particular full text message thread, so I can save it in a file, we can upload it, my assistant and I, to CTME as a PDF or something, so it's all combined. Then we're going to be downloading all of our CTM files on a disk or on a drive. But that's kind of how we're putting our electronic file together and keeping it for my file for, God forbid, anything that were to happen. So
Awesome. Thank you for bringing it up. I know you weren't quite ready for that, but we're going to get there. Okay, one of the things that we constantly, Peggy gets, is that who's the handyman that we can use and call out. So we're creating our own handyman service so that you guys can have a schedule and call them out. You know what it costs, and send them out. And they're going to be ones that we've already used for years and years. And it's going to be a nice situation so that you guys can have that at your fingertips. So I'm pretty excited about that, because you know that's becoming more and more with costs and people so busy. And you know, you get somebody that doesn't do a good job. You know, we're ready to put our these people on the line for you guys. Thanks. Yeah. Wait.
what about phone numbers?
Well, we're going to run it right through. We're working on the system. We haven't. If you guys need somebody, call Peggy and we'll get it scheduled. But we were going to try and get an automatic scheduler so you can look at their schedule and say, hey, I want to need this and I'm going to use this at this time.
Will they work like downtown or?
We're going to, I mean, these guys right now are more south.
Okay.
But as we make this system work for you guys, and it's only for this office, we'll get people from all quadrants of the city. Okay? All right. Always exciting things. So as you know, Kendra Davis has been with us. I think it's been what, 5 months?
6 months now.
6 months now. So she is our social media manager. And you know, that's kind of 10 years ago or 5 years ago, or even any other real estate company in this city, to have a social media manager is not existent. But what I want you guys to know, that in 2018, I know that RE/MAX is doing this, but we have our own Facebook pages. Every Destination Parker, Destination Denver, every city, we're building destinations for this office, so that if you guys work in that area, you can post to that page, but your listings are going to be automatically posted to all of our Facebook pages. Okay, so I'm really excited about that. Kendra and I have been really working the format to make sure that we have done this, and we've studied this now for 6 months, and so we don't do this just because it's a whim that just 10 minutes. It's important for us to kind of vet this. Ideas every day that Peggy and Kendra will say, Jim, just go away now. You're not eating, you haven't taken a bite, would you like to say something?
I finished.
She had a class yesterday on making sure that you guys are seen. One of the goals that we're going to have absolutely the first quarter, and anyone that onboards in our company will not be a bubblehead. That will have all the things. If you Google your name and you see all the things that you don't have on that to promote yourself, we will make sure that it's there for you guys. It's really, really important, because today's environment, they really want to know that, and if they don't get something or you don't have click through to it, people are gone. They're way past you. So let's not be left behind. And Peggy and we're working on this. It will be done. Okay, it will. We also, Jeffrey has been with. I think it's five months, right? And one of the things that we wanted to do is bring business to this office, okay? And a lot of times, when I had a partner, his name was Joe Trexler, he wanted to run RE/MAX exactly the way, and don't close your ears, the way it was supposed to be. A bunch of independents working together that share costs. I mean, that's a pretty good goal. But you know what? Our goal is to have a full-service company that is providing business for you guys. It's giving back so you can do your own business, but hey, making sure that we don't miss something that's out there in the marketplace that somebody else has. So my goal for my next 10 years is to build the best mousetrap in the country, bar none. I don't care about the money. I care about that as a goal for this group. And it's not going to be 200 people, 100, it's going to be 125 folks working together. And so I've got some things, but I wanted Jeffrey to kind of just give you kind of an idea, a flavor of what he's done the last 5 months.
Good morning, everyone. First of all, thank you, Jim. Thank you, Peggy, and also Kendra and Doug.
Come over here so the camera gets you.
And first of all, we have basically, Jim gave us the opportunity here, you guys here at RE/MAX, to take a system and try to put it through trials and tribulations to see exactly where we come up with. And what we found out is that I looked this morning, and just with what I called, not with what Doug's team called, we have called about 18,000 people in the last 5 months. Out of those 18,000 people, probably spoke to about 3,800 of them we made contact with and conversation with. Out of those 3,800, I would say we send out 650 to 750 hot sheets of people who are interested in purchasing or selling and buying a home. What we learned was this: the only way that we are going to capture in the social media world a potential client ready to buy right then, we have to have an interaction from the real estate side and the lender side. So with Jim, with Kendra and Peggy, and what we thought of is this, and Doug is this. In the future, when I call people like me and Corey Drake did last night, was that we're going to have the realtor, the lender, and myself on the phone at the same time. So we had a client, $2 million client. Me and John was on the phone with the client. He was so impressed that he had the realtor and myself on the phone at the same time. He has an appointment coming up with Jim and John Dura to sign up to purchase a $2.2 million home. But at the end of the day, what we learned is that the only way we could do this, by me calling the client, sending you a lead sheet, making an appointment for you to call them later, it's not going to work. The only way we're going to do this is when we all do it together. That we all on the phone at the same time, we're talking to them, and they got that data, that's professionalism, that information from you guys at once you can give them. The lender can give them the option. One thing going to happen: they're going to get on their horse and ride away, or they're going to fall off. But at least we know exactly where we stand with that client at that present time.
Leads from the internet are not like what you guys are used to, where you got your customer calling up, hey, you just sold me, and now I want to recommend that. That's the best kind of lead, and we want that to happen. We don't ever want to lose that. But what we found on the internet is that they're just a click away from going from somebody else. So if we don't get that person right away and get their attention and get their loyalty with all the tools that we have, we lose them. And so we've spent a lot of money losing people, and I don't want to do that anymore. So we've kind of figured this mousetrap out. So it's not mandatory you guys have to use it. If you want to do it, it's kind of like the old floor, but you're going to be there and you're going to be on call. You don't have to be in this office, but you have to be ready that you pick up that call, that you're not talking to grandma or like what I was doing last night, but you're really ready to do business. And that this system really, we have perfected and is going to work.
I just want to say one last thing,
Yes,
Jim.
well,
What we would do is we would go to meeting. I don't care if you're at home or you're in your office. We use the system that Peggy and them have allowed us to use here. We do a go-to-meeting conference that the lender, the realtor, and myself are on the phone at once, and we knock that thing right out. And the last thing I want to say about Alex, first of all, thanks for coming over. Alejandra and I, we work with the Hispanic market a lot. She just made a radio commercial, 3 of them, that's running. It start air Monday this week on one major Hispanic radio. We started to give deals to Mark. He, as his company, they partnered together in Atlanta, together with that. And also, we're working on, what would you say, about 9 to 15 leads right now for in the next month or two to get signed up. So that's all I wanted to say, and I just wanted to let you say something about if they get Hispanic clients. Please, Alejandro.
I don't need to go there.
Okay.
Anybody that has Hispanic clients, I'm really good at closing them. It can be a little bit difficult because we leave everything for tomorrow. So I can deal with that. I'll make sure that I close them for you and I'll give you your good call. But it's funny that you're going to be losing. Everybody that goes to your email or your website that speaks Spanish is lost to you.
So I wanted you to listen to this, because this is both.
Mucho dinero para comprar una casa está mal informado. Soy Alex Cano con Remax Masters y quiero mostrarle hoy cómo comprar una casa con aproximadamente $2,000 o $3,000 de enganche. Llámame para hacer una cita y tráete a un amigo. Mi deseo de estas fechas es que toda persona que pueda comprar casa lo haga. Alex Cano, 303-483-2123. 303-483-2123.
I got her phone number, right? There's some with an interview kind of a process, and I think you did 4 or 3
we did
or 4.
2 interviews, her and I, where I started off asking her a question in Spanish about investment property. What was
Or
that?
is it a good time to sell? Is it a
Yeah,
buy?
is
How
it
do
a
I
time to
invest
sell?
in a property?
And so I do it in Spanish with her at the radio station, and she gives the answer. So when we get calls, we're going to keep on going, and anyone you have that speak Spanish, send them over to her, and we make sure we get them close. And I know she'll split it with you guys, and we keep making everybody money, and the company keeps growing.
Yes.
If we do get a Spanish-speaking client, where can you get Spanish forms? That they can read.
I don't think that because if you do one, you have to do like 80, and so I don't think the Colorado can afford to do that. So the answer is I don't know that there is, and you would know better than I. So I don't think there is.
You don't have to explain it or like get a lawyer involved if you don't think that they understand.
Okay.
In
So
English?
well, it's an interpreter.
Yeah.
So is that going to be part of your handyman services?
Isn't there a website that can just translate it?
Yeah. In fact, there's a new earpiece that can translate it, so you don't even need a translator. So that just came out. Jamie just said that their loan application will be in Spanish. We have some Spanish on Home and Do, and really, if that was a big deal, we can even go further into that. But just to give you an idea of what my commitment to you guys next year is this. My goal, and is 300 closed transactions, not just leads, because we can give you about 9,000 a month. Man can call like nobody's business. 300 deals from this group. If you want deals, that's our commitment to do that. And we have a vehicle to do it. This is not some pie in the sky opportunity. Next year at this time, you can call me on the carpet, okay? Any questions before we end today? Yes.
disclosure. And so when they, so I went in, and then you had 3 little folders underneath the picture. And I click on it, but then I don't know how to get that, so I get my buyers to sign, because I you know, forward to it, but they don't have, we couldn't get the signature on those.
Yeah, well, you can add that to CTM. If you guys would like, I mean, you know, I have a class every Wednesday. We can exactly go through that process if you'd like to do that. Taking marketing time to do it. Okay. So Peggy, would you kind of put that on our calendar? Okay, you guys. Thank you very much. Remember, next Wednesday at. And next year, the following year, is going to be back at our house because I really want to do the sleigh riding again. So next year we'll be at our house. I just didn't have enough time this year to do it, but I make that promise. By request. That's right.